When you think of Mexico, what comes to mind?
Night-long festivals, colorful parades, or streets alive with music and laughter. Those are only glimpses, because beyond the celebrations lie corners few have truly explored. On San Benedicto Island, steep volcanic cliffs rise from turquoise waters, their rugged forms shaped over centuries, hinting at hidden stories of the Pacific. In the heartland, Chichen Itza towers over the surrounding jungle, its stepped pyramids and grand plazas whispering secrets of the Maya civilization that have endured for centuries. Join us as we uncover these hidden corners, revealing landscapes, history, and wonders that make Mexico far richer than you ever imagined.
Las Coloradas.
At first glance, the Salt Lake stretches like a pink sea for kilometers across the flat land, sunlight glinting on its surface. The pink shades shift throughout the day and with the salinity, making every moment feel like a living painting. The lake has been mined for salt for hundreds of years, continuing the Maya tradition, while red algae and halophile bacteria keep the water vividly pink. Flocks of flamingos, sometimes dozens at a time, glide over the quiet lake, giving a sense of its vast expanse. The best time to observe and photograph is early morning or late afternoon, when the sunlight brings out the richest pink hues. The scene makes you wonder, how many more secrets does the Yucatan Peninsula still hold? Small earth mounds rise between the lakes, dividing the shore and reflecting the afternoon light, revealing a quiet world full of detail, visible only to those who pause to take it all in. Monumento a la Patria. In the center of Mérida, a tall stone column rises from a spacious plaza, its cylindrical form immediately drawing attention. The monument was inaugurated in 1956 and represents Mexico's history, from the pre-Hispanic era through colonial times to independence. Carved with intricate reliefs, the sculptures combine Maya motifs, Spanish influence, and modern design, each layer telling part of the nation's story. Visitors can walk around and observe the detailed carvings, noticing the play of light and shadow across the polished surfaces. The open plaza and striking column make it easy to appreciate the artistry, and the site remains a popular spot for both locals and travelers. The Angel of Independence. Along Paseo de la Reforma, a tall column rises, its golden angel catching morning sunlight and standing prominently over the city. Inaugurated in 1910, the monument commemorates 100 years of Mexico's independence and honors the nation's heroes. The winged Victoria atop the column stretches skyward, her golden figure visible from blocks away, gleaming in the light. At the base, intricate stone reliefs depict key moments in Mexico's struggle for freedom, showing leaders and historical events.
On Independence Day,
Thousands gather around the monument, creating a lively and ceremonial atmosphere in the heart of the city. The column stands as a lasting symbol, a silent witness to Mexico's history and national pride.
San Benedicto Island.
From above, the island appears as a vast black crescent pressed into the endless Pacific, nearly 200 miles away from Mexico's mainland shores. Its steep slopes are draped in pale volcanic ash, broken by ridges of jagged rock that plunge directly into the restless ocean below. At the island's center lies Barcena crater, a near-perfect circle formed during the eruption of 1952 that reshaped every contour of this barren land. That single eruption stripped the island of all vegetation and caused the San Benedicto rock wren, a species that existed only on the island, to become extinct. Even today, thin streaks of sulfur stain the crater floor, a reminder that volcanic heat lingers beneath the seemingly silent ground. The land remains uninhabited, with winds sculpting long channels across the surface as though time itself continues its silent carving. Few travelers ever approach this place, yet its silence leaves an impression deeper than any mark of human presence.
Guanajuato's city. Nestled among winding hills,
Guanajuato City unfolds with colorful buildings stacked along narrow streets and alleys. Its labyrinthine tunnels and passageways, once designed to divert rivers, now guide cars and pedestrians through the vibrant cityscape. The historic center brims with plazas, churches, and theaters, reflecting centuries of colonial architecture and artistic heritage. At sunset, warm light paints the facades in gold and crimson, revealing a city alive with culture and history.
cenotes. From above,
the cenotes appear as hidden wells scattered across the northern Yucatan Peninsula, their deep blue waters reflecting sunlight like shimmering mirrors. Many have collapsed ceilings, letting thin beams of light scatter across stalactites and stalagmites, creating a surreal spectacle. These pools were once vital water sources for the Maya, some even serving as sacred sites for ancient ceremonies. Sizes vary widely, with some spanning over 100 feet across, inviting swimmers and divers to explore their mysterious interiors. Visiting in the early morning reveals the purest light, making the water glow with colors that seem almost magical.
Torre Latinoamericana. From the heart of downtown Mexico City,
The Torre Latinoamericana rises with its glass and steel facade, once celebrated as the tallest tower in Latin America. Built in 1956, it became famous for withstanding several major earthquakes, proving the strength of its engineering. From the observation deck, visitors take in a sweeping panorama that stretches across the historic center and toward the distant mountains. High on the upper floors, a giant digital clock glows between levels 39 and 40, serving as a luminous landmark visible from many parts of the city. More than a skyscraper, it remains a symbol of resilience and modern progress, woven into Mexico City's skyline.
Cancun. From above,
Cancun stretches along the northeastern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, bordered by the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea. Soft white sands curve gently along the coast, interrupted by shallow lagoons and clusters of mangrove islets that add texture to the landscape. The shoreline rests on limestone foundations, with sandbars and sediment patterns shaped by centuries of tides and waves. Originally part of the Mayan region, the area's natural formations hint at both geological history and early human settlement.
tourists glide through calm
Inlets in kayaks or paddleboards, while others stroll along the sand, absorbing the sun and the gentle sea breeze. The light shifts throughout the day, transforming the water from bright aquamarine to deep teal, reflecting clouds and the surrounding greenery. Natural channels and shallow lagoons create hidden corners where the water sparkles under the sun, inviting quiet exploration. From the shore, the rhythm of waves and the interplay of light and landscape leave visitors immersed in the serene majesty of the Caribbean coast.
Teotihuacan.
From above, the valley stretches out like an ancient stone grid, where straight avenues pull the eye toward massive geometric structures. The pyramids rise from the brown earth, forming the grand ceremonial axis of ancient Mesoamerica, as if the city was aligned to some hidden order. Hot air balloons drift quietly across the morning sky, offering views of the symmetrical layouts stretching for miles, a perspective few can sense from the ground. Wide stone steps cascade upward in long slopes, recalling the gatherings of thousands who once filled the city's rituals during its height. The entire scene reflects both organizational power and deep belief, marking Teotihuacan as one of the most important centers of pre-Columbian America. Even in ruins, the scale and layout still overwhelm visitors with the intelligence of a civilization that long ago vanished.
Pachuca de Soto. Perched in a valley surrounded by gentle hills,
Pachuca de Soto stretches with colorful colonial buildings lining bustling streets. Its iconic clock tower rises above the city center, catching the morning sun and standing as a symbol of local pride. The city's mining heritage echoes through museums, monuments, and remnants of the silver trade that shaped its past. From nearby hills, the panorama reveals a blend of urban charm and historical depth, leaving visitors with a lasting impression.
Popocatépetl. Rising sharply above the surrounding valleys, Popocatépetl towers as an active volcano with a snow-capped peak visible for miles. Its slopes are carved by ancient lava flows and dotted with rugged ridges, revealing the power of centuries of eruptions. Local communities regard it with both respect and caution, as it remains one of Mexico's most closely monitored volcanoes. Plumes of steam and occasional ash clouds rise from the crater, hinting at the volcano's constant activity. From a distance, the mountain dominates the horizon, a reminder of nature's grandeur and the region's volcanic history. Taxco de Alarcon. Hillsides unfold with whitewashed houses stacked closely together, their red-tiled roofs forming a striking patchwork that spreads across the slopes. Narrow streets wind through the town like quiet pathways, guiding visitors between plazas, small shops, and hidden corners that reveal themselves step by step. Church towers rise above the clustered rooftops, giving the entire setting a balanced rhythm of tradition and timeless charm. It is a place where the landscape and the architecture seem inseparable, creating a scene both harmonious and unforgettable. Chichen Itza. From above, the pyramids rise sharply from the dense jungle, their stepped stones casting long shadows that shift with the sun. Constructed by the Maya over 1,000 years ago, these monuments once guided the flow of celestial events and seasonal rituals. Nearby, the great ball court echoes with stories of games where winners and losers faced fates intertwined with sacred beliefs. Carvings and sculptures, worn by centuries of wind and rain, still reveal the artistry and knowledge of a civilization at its peak. Touring early in the morning allows visitors to avoid crowds while catching the soft light that makes the stones glow warmly. Even after centuries, Chichen Itza keeps its secrets quietly, leaving visitors to wonder how much of the Maya world remains hidden. Merida Cathedral. The cathedral rises with tall, pointed towers, its massive stone form giving an impression of strength and grandeur, standing in clear contrast against the open surroundings. Thick stone walls and simple yet balanced shapes create a sense of harmony, highlighting the blend of an old presence with an orderly design. Elements like columns, arches, and railings add variety to the structure, making it lively without taking away from its imposing character. The scene encourages visitors to pause, observe, and take in the union of dignity and refined beauty found within this landmark. Coba Ruins. Hidden within the dense Yucatan jungle, the Coba ruins emerge among towering trees and winding paths that hint at ancient secrets. The site sprawls across a vast area with elevated stone causeways connecting different groups of structures over marshy terrain.
Looming above the forest floor, the Nohochmul Pyramid stretches skyward, inviting daring visitors to climb and take in panoramic views. Built by the Maya civilization, the ruins include temples, stelae, and plazas that reflect centuries of religious, political, and social life. Carved stones and weathered sculptures peek through vines and moss, revealing details preserved despite the encroaching jungle. Sunlight filters through the canopy, casting shifting patterns on the ancient paths and terraces, creating a sense of quiet wonder. From the top of the pyramid, the surrounding jungle stretches endlessly, a reminder of both the grandeur of Koba and the persistence of nature reclaiming human history.
Bellas Artes. Rising majestically in the heart of Mexico City, the Palacio de Bellas Artes displays a striking white marble facade, topped with a colorful domed roof. The palace's dome, adorned with brilliant tiles, reflects sunlight differently throughout the day, creating shifting patterns on the surrounding plaza. From the surrounding plaza, the palace stands as a cultural beacon, inviting visitors to admire both its architecture and its enduring role in Mexico's arts. Hieve el Agua. From a distance, the cliffs stretch across the highland, their white calcium-streaked surfaces shaped like frozen waterfalls under the morning sun. Shallow mineral pools rest on the cliff edges, their pale turquoise water reflecting the sky and the ridged terraces below. Each petrified flow descends in layered terraces, built slowly over thousands of years by mineral-rich waters, leaving calcium deposits behind. Visitors can step carefully into the warm pools, feeling the smooth stone beneath and the gentle heat spreading through their feet. Climbing the rock ledges reveals broad views of the surrounding valley, where rugged terrain and scattered hills extend into the distance. The terraces and cliffs form clear, readable patterns, showing how the mineral flows shaped the landscape over time. Even after exploring the pools and ledges, the cliffs remain still, their layered formations standing distinctly against the open sky. Monte Alban. Perched atop a flattened hill, Monte Alban stretches over the Oaxaca Valley, its terraces and pyramids visible through the morning mist.
This ancient Zapotec city spreads across plazas, ceremonial platforms, and tombs, reflecting centuries of cultural and political life. Carved stone monuments reveal intricate artistry, with glyphs and reliefs hinting at rituals long forgotten. From certain angles, sunlight casts sharp shadows along the terraces, emphasizing the precise layout of structures and the ingenuity of the builders. Looking out from the summit, the valley unfolds endlessly, leaving visitors to wonder how this city once thrived atop the mountains.
Grutas de Tolantongo.
From above, the turquoise river winds down the canyon in a series of natural terraces, each pool steaming gently under the morning sun. Steep limestone cliffs rise on either side, framing the cascading waters and giving the valley a secluded, untouched feel. The mineral-rich waters flow continuously from one terrace to the next, shimmering with vibrant colors as sunlight dances across the surface. Visitors can follow paths along the terraces, dipping into warm pools while marveling at the gentle flow connecting each level. Early mornings reveal the clearest light, making the water sparkle vividly and highlighting the canyon's layered formations. Even after exploring the terraces and trails, the quiet of the canyon and the rising steam create a sense of untouched wonder.
Catedral Metropolitana.
Standing at the heart of Mexico City, the Cathedral Metropolitana rises with a facade of intricate stonework and towering spires. Its exterior blends Renaissance, Baroque, and neoclassical styles, reflecting centuries of architectural evolution. Inside, the cathedral reveals soaring vaulted ceilings and intricately carved columns, guiding the eye along its grand interior. Elaborate arches and decorative details stretch across the space, emphasizing the scale and craftsmanship of centuries-old construction. From a distance, its silhouette dominates the skyline, symbolizing both religious significance and Mexico's colonial heritage.
Cascadas Roberto Barrios.
Layers of waterfalls spill gently over limestone steps, forming wide terraces where clear water gathers in calm, natural pools. The streams weave through the forest, with each level unfolding into another scene of quiet movement and refreshing stillness. Soft cascades alternate with deeper drops, shaping a landscape that feels both playful and serene at the same time. It is a place where water and forest blend seamlessly, leaving an impression of balance and simple beauty.
Pina de Bernau. A massive monolith rises from the plain, its steep rock face dominating the horizon and creating a landmark visible from miles away. The sheer size and solid form give it a sense of permanence, standing as a silent witness to the passing of time. Gentle slopes and small settlements spread around its base, offering a contrast between human scale and the immensity of stone. It is a place where landscape and geology meet, leaving behind an image both commanding and unforgettable. Puerto Vallarta. Along the Pacific coast, the town stretches between green hills and the wide curve of the bay, blending scenery with lively streets. Whitewashed buildings with red-tiled roofs line narrow lanes, while modern resorts rise closer to the shoreline. The waterfront promenade moves with a steady rhythm, dotted with sculptures, shaded benches, and open views of the ocean. Fishing boats and sailboats share the same horizon, their presence reminding visitors of both tradition and leisure. It is a setting where sea, city, and mountains come together, leaving behind a balance of energy and calm. El Arco. A natural stone arch rises at the tip of the peninsula, its curved outline marking the exact point where land gives way to sea. Waves strike against the base, shaping edges that reveal both the power and the delicacy of the formation. Boats often pass nearby, offering a closer view of the rugged surfaces and the meeting line of ocean and rock. It is a landmark that stands as a balance between strength and beauty, leaving an image not easily forgotten. Mexico City. The city spreads across a high-altitude valley, its skyline a mix of modern towers, historic cathedrals, and colorful neighborhoods. Wide avenues and bustling plazas reflect centuries of history, from Aztec roots to colonial architecture and contemporary culture.
Parks, fountains, and public art add pockets of calm and creativity amid the urban energy that surrounds them. Markets and streets are alive with people, offering glimpses of local traditions, cuisine, and daily life at every turn. It is a place where history, culture, and urban life converge, leaving a vibrant and unforgettable impression on all who visit. Copper Canyon. From above, massive cliffs fall in layered steps, opening into a vast gorge that looks as if the ground itself has been torn apart. The slopes stretch with reddish tones mixed with patches of green, a contrast between bare rock and the dense forest below. The terrain breaks into countless ravines, each winding in its own direction like a natural maze. Known as a canyon system larger than the Grand Canyon, it holds a scale that overwhelms every perspective. Tamul Waterfall. From the cliffs above, the river suddenly drops into a vertical wall of water, creating a wide curtain that dominates the canyon. The surface shifts between bright turquoise and deep blue, shaped by the minerals carried through the stream. Dense greenery clings to the surrounding slopes, softening the edges of the rock and framing the scene. At over 300 feet tall, it stands as one of the tallest waterfalls in Mexico, a landmark of sheer natural force.
San Miguel de Allende.
The town spreads across gentle hills, with colorful buildings and red-tiled roofs, creating a patchwork that climbs toward the sky. Narrow cobblestone streets wind between churches, plazas, and small shops, giving a sense of both history and daily life. Colonial architecture stands alongside artistic touches, from murals to wrought iron balconies, blending old and new. Festive decorations and local markets bring bursts of color and movement to the quiet streets. It is a place where culture, design, and tradition come together, leaving an impression of warmth and timeless charm. Morelia. The city stretches along gentle hills with red-tiled roofs and historic buildings, forming a warm,
continuous pattern across the landscape. Cobblestone streets wind between plazas, fountains, and centuries-old churches, giving a sense of both history and everyday life. Ornate colonial facades stand alongside bright murals and iron balconies, blending tradition with artistic expression. Local markets and quiet squares bring life to the streets, offering glimpses of culture in motion. It is a city where history, architecture, and daily life come together, leaving an impression of enduring charm. Cozumel. The island rises from turquoise waters, its coastline stretching with sandy beaches and rocky outcrops that curve gently along the shore. Just offshore, coral reefs create vibrant underwater landscapes, their colors and formations visible even from small boats gliding above. Tall palms and lush tropical vegetation frame the beaches, adding layers of green that contrast with the blue of the sea. It is a place where the calm of the ocean, the warmth of the sun, and the rhythm of island life come together in perfect harmony. Catedral de Puebla. The cathedral rises over the city with towering spires and an intricate facade that combines elegance and grandeur in every detail. Inside, vaulted ceilings and arches stretch across the nave, guiding the eye toward gilded altars and finely carved stonework. Colorful tiles and decorative patterns cover walls and domes, adding bursts of artistry to the historic structure. It is a place where history, architecture, and faith meet, leaving a lasting impression of both beauty and solemnity. Playa del Carmen. The town stretches along the Caribbean coast, with sandy beaches and turquoise waters, creating a vibrant and inviting shoreline. Palm-lined streets lead to plazas, shops, and cafes, blending relaxed island life with a touch of modern charm. Bright colors and local art decorate walls and storefronts, adding personality to the bustling streets. Tourists and locals mingle along the shore and in the town's center, giving a sense of life and movement everywhere. The sparkling sea and gentle waves draw visitors in, inviting moments of reflection and simple enjoyment. It is a place where sun, sand, and culture come together, offering both adventure and moments of calm in equal measure. La Huasteca Potosina. Rivers and waterfalls thread through lush forests, carving valleys and cliffs that rise dramatically from the vibrant green landscape. The water glistens in shades of turquoise and emerald, reflecting sunlight that filters through the dense canopy above. Rocks and boulders, shaped over centuries, create natural pools and cascades, adding both texture and rhythm to the scenery. Small trails and viewpoints offer glimpses of hidden corners, revealing layers of the region's diverse terrain. Local flora and fauna thrive along the riverbanks, bringing life and movement to every part of the landscape. It is a place where water, forest, and geological wonders come together, leaving an impression of awe and endless exploration. Acapulco City. The coastline stretches along the Pacific, with golden beaches and dramatic cliffs, meeting waves that crash and spray against jagged rocks below. High-rise hotels, colorful buildings, and winding roads climb the hills, blending urban life seamlessly with the natural curves of the bay. Tall palm trees sway in the breeze along the shore, framing wide views of the ocean while softening the edges of the bustling city. It is a place where sun, sea, and urban energy converge, offering visitors both lively activity and tranquil moments by the water. Oaxaca City. The city spreads across a wide valley, with streets and open spaces that carry a lively flow of movement and energy. Colors and shapes appear along its pathways, blending naturally with the rhythm of life that moves through the area. Every corner has a subtle motion as people walk, pause, or gather, giving the city a continuous sense of life. It is a place where vitality and culture come together, leaving visitors with a lasting impression of energy and character. Querétaro City. The city stretches across a valley with streets and open areas that flow with movement and a quiet rhythm of everyday life.
Patterns of color and shape emerge along pathways and plazas, giving a sense of energy without overwhelming the senses. People move through the city, adding subtle motion and life that weaves naturally into the surroundings. It is a place where vitality and culture merge, leaving visitors with a lasting sense of character and atmosphere. Progresso Beach. The shoreline extends for miles, with soft sand meeting gentle waves that move in a steady, calming rhythm along the coast. Shifts of color in the water and along the sand reflect the changing light and the quiet patterns of the day. People move along the beach, walking, pausing, or gathering, adding life and subtle motion that flows naturally through the scene. It is a place where the ocean and daily energy come together, leaving visitors with a lasting sense of calm, space, and vitality. San Sebastián del Oeste. The town rests on a hillside, with streets and open spaces that follow the natural curves of the landscape, creating a flowing rhythm of movement. Colors and textures appear along pathways and squares, blending seamlessly with the surroundings and the patterns of daily life. People move through the town, walking or pausing, adding a sense of subtle motion that brings the space to life. The surrounding hills rise gently, giving depth and perspective that frames the town within its natural environment. It is a place where scenery, movement, and everyday life merge, leaving visitors with a lasting impression of charm and atmosphere. Templo de Santo Domingo de Guzman. The area spreads across a bustling square, with pathways and open spaces guiding the flow of movement in every direction. Patterns of color and structure emerge naturally along streets and plazas, blending with the rhythm of daily life. People move through the space, pausing, walking, or gathering, adding energy and subtle motion that feels effortless. Nearby elevations and surrounding streets provide perspective, creating a sense of depth and continuity across the scene. It is a place where activity, space, and atmosphere come together, leaving visitors with a lasting impression of character and flow. Pátzcuaro.
Founded centuries ago, the town has grown around a central lake, shaping its role as a quiet hub of culture and local life. Its streets and plazas follow patterns set long ago, reflecting layers of history without focusing on exact buildings. The surrounding hills and waters create a sense of scale and perspective that frames the town naturally. Visitors can sense a rhythm that blends tradition and environment, leaving an impression of enduring character. Puebla City. Founded in 1531, the city grew as an important colonial settlement, linking Mexico City with the port of Veracruz. Its streets follow a grid plan laid out by Spanish settlers, reflecting one of the earliest examples of urban design in the Americas. Over the centuries, the city became known for its cultural role, attracting travelers and trade across central Mexico. Today, it remains a place where history and daily life blend within a landscape shaped over nearly 5 centuries. Mérida. Founded in 1542, the city was built over an ancient Maya site where Spanish settlers reused stones from older temples for their first structures. Its grid of streets showed the early colonial plan, creating an organized center that shaped much of the Yucatan Peninsula's development. Over time, Mérida became a key hub of trade and culture, connecting inland towns with ports along the Gulf of Mexico. Today, the city reflects centuries of history, balancing its colonial roots with the growth of a modern urban community. Tulum. Tulum was established by the Maya around the 13th century, standing as one of the last great cities built before the arrival of the Spanish. Its walls and watchtowers gave it a defensive purpose, guarding a coastal community that thrived on trade across land and sea routes. Positioned on limestone cliffs above the Caribbean, it served both as a settlement and a ceremonial site tied to regional networks of power. For centuries, the ruins were left to nature, gradually covered by vegetation until rediscovered in modern times. Today, Tulum remains a reminder of resilience, showing how history and landscape continue to shape the Yucatan coast. Sumidero Canyon. Steep cliffs rise sharply from the river below, forming a deep gorge that stretches for miles, with rocky walls layered in shades of brown and gray. The river winds through the canyon, reflecting the sunlight and cutting a path between the sheer vertical walls. Dense vegetation clings to ledges and slopes, softening the rugged terrain and adding bursts of green to the scene. It is a place where geology, water, and wilderness meet, creating a dramatic landscape that feels both powerful and timeless. El Meco Waterfall. Water plunges from a high cliff into a deep pool below, creating a continuous curtain that echoes through the surrounding canyon. The stream winds over rocks and boulders, carrying minerals that give the water a mix of turquoise and emerald hues. Lush vegetation surrounds the falls, with ferns and trees clinging to the steep slopes and softening the rocky edges. It is a place where water, stone, and greenery converge, leaving an impression of serene power and untouched beauty.